Search for Uhuru. I have a special guest on with us today. A special guest. But before we introduce my guest, guys, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com while you're there. The new release, everyone, it's Libation Time, a children's guide to the ancestors, the newest children's book. Guys, please go support. There's almost 84,000 of you, so 84,000 books need to be sold. So go to dynastymirror.com and buy a book. Also buy some merchandise. Like, share, and subscribe, family. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Let me get this banner going. And then make sure you become a monthly Patreon. Patreon.com. Search for Uhuru. Again, Patreon.com. Search for Uhuru, family. And then April 21st through the 30th. April 21st through the 30th. We are going to Sierra Leone. Again, we are going to Sierra Leone. So join us, hit me up, message me, come and join us, come enroll as we enjoy the beauty of Sierra Leone, you guys. You will have a great time. So hit me up, go to dynastymirror.com, send me a message and come enroll. And again, go to dynastymirror.com and while you're there, join the email list. Without further ado, one of the finest, most successful black men from Del Paso Heights. So they ain't saying much. So they ain't saying much, but hey, he made it out the Heights. Hey, he made it out of the Paso Heights. Everybody from North Sacramento, you know, they don't produce that much, but they produce Oshay Duke Jackson. You know,
you got to come back home in December. So, you know, we're going to see how we feel about that when we see you. But it's all good, brother. Good to be here. You know who else is here in Uganda right now?
Who?
You know Black Market Records, right?
Yeah, of course.
Cedric Singleton. He's here. He here.
For real?
Yeah, man. I know him because he used to live in the Heights across the street from my grandma. So he's here. He used to be like he's originally from Ohio, but he's here in Uganda doing that. We talk about that. He's doing the same thing here. Black Market is probably even bigger here than it is back home.
Black Market Records?
Black Market is huge in Kenya and Uganda. Yes.
Oh, so Brother Lynch Hum, Mr. Doctor,
Sibo, X-Rated, Mozzie.
X-Rated.
You know, Mozzie's on with Black Market too. At one time.
Mozzie's with Black Market?
He was.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's here. So Sacramento is real deep in Uganda.
Sac Town, everybody. It just makes me happy. So one of Sacramento's finest, everybody, from Del Paso Heights. We're not going to hold it against him. He can't help it. Mr. Oshay Duke Jackson, everybody. Oshay Duke Jackson, brother. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. We know you're a very busy man, you know, running 2 channels in Uganda. Brother, I'm proud of you, Oshay. I'm proud of you. I remember the rumbles where it'd be like 50 Negroes. It'd be 50 of us arguing.
Right.
You know, we didn't came a long way, Oshay. I'm just so happy to see brothers from my hometown doing it big in Africa. So Oshay, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know who you are for those who don't know. And guys, hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Again, please hit that like button. Go ahead, Oshay.
I'm Oshay Duke Jackson. I'm a proud Pan-African student of Dynasty Mirror. He really influenced me to take my first trip through his content. He wasn't as big as he was now, but it was one of his videos. He's like, you know, you Negroes will go everywhere, but you won't come to Africa. And I knew who he was because of who he was back in Sacramento. He's also one of the best athletes that ever came out of our city. So when he contacted me, I already knew who he was. We had, you know, the same friends, same people. So, but he was the one that influenced me to at least want to come to visit, at least just to say I went. I was more or less talking about it, but you know, he got me to come here, and I would say it's been a life-changing experience. I also am the owner of the KenGanda social media brand or YouTube channel. We have about 25,000 subscribers over there, and what we want to do is that we work with a lot of local startups, a lot of things in the local Ugandan market and going into Kenya, with trying to give the African American and the African diaspora more tangible information in, let's say, in repatriating Africa and bringing people together on the platform.
Now, brother, why Uganda out of all of the countries in Africa? Why Uganda? You know, I'm a West African cat. You know, you decided on East Africa? Why Uganda?
Well, if you remember some of the first videos that you did was talking about your experience in Tanzania.
Right.
And so obviously what attracted me to Uganda was the Idi Amin whole story, Milton Obote and all that. I thought that was fascinating. But the real issue why I didn't choose like Ghana or Nigeria is real simple, because initially the visa process was quite difficult, especially for me. I'm still living in Poland, but I was living in Poland, and then to get the visa process was kind of difficult. And so East Africa, you just show up and you make the visa on arrival was easier. So that's why I chose that place over the other places. And it just so happened once I came to Uganda, I just everywhere I started going after that, I started comparing it to Uganda, and I just felt more home here. So that's how I came.
No, so you've been to Uganda now since the pandemic, since March, or how long have you been there?
January. I got here January 30th.
So you've been there to January 30th.
Yes.
Do you miss Poland?
Not really. Certain aspects of it, like the power not going off and the mosquitoes not tearing me up. But nah, I mean, I have my life has also been in Europe, so I enjoy my time there. But no, I actually here is always a new challenge. It's always a new time to reassert yourself. So Uganda is much more fulfilling than my life would be in Poland, if you really want to know. But I love Poland. It's nice and everything like that. But I think I've grown more here than anywhere else I've ever been in my life.
Now, are you still in med school or?
Yes. I have 2 classes left. I have to go back by November the 18th.
Oh, wow. So you're going back?
Yeah, I'm going back.
Now, tell everybody about, share with everybody about KenGanda, like your brand and what you're building out there in Uganda. Because it's nice to see brothers going to Africa and actually building infrastructure. Mm-hmm. So you have a media platform that you're building or built in Uganda. Can you tell everybody about KenGanda? So
KenGanda came when the idea sparked when I went to go see Wode Maya and Dr. Mumbi in Nairobi, Kenya. And we had talked about, and people might not know, all 3 of us were going to collaborate on a platform that Dr. Mumbi was supposed to produce. I don't know if she's produced it yet, but then that kind of fizzled out. And when I went to her studio was very professional, because me, I was kind of struggling it up on YouTube. I had like not even a webcam or something, and I went to see Wode Maya. They had cameras, they had equipment and stuff, and Dr. Mumi's setup is really, really, really professional. And I was like, wow, I like what she's doing here. I think like there's an opportunity to do what she's doing here in Kampala. And so then I got inspired by that. And in fact, the guy that was working with me now, Satati, who's the guy that really has made this project successful, he actually was leaving her platform to go work for MultiChoice, who owns DSTV.
Okay.
So he was there for a year doing the internship, and then when he came back, she had already hired somebody else, so he didn't have a way to go back there. And so I was pitching to him, would he be interested in coming to Uganda? And when he did, the project took off. Everything took off. So it was basically just seeing that it was a need for this sort of content, because I felt like Uganda was just as powerful as maybe Ghana, as maybe the Gambia, Tanzania. I felt that it had a lot of resources to offer somebody. So we just had a lot of problems to solve within the business. But that's how we came about with the KenGanda. And actually, KenGanda is about Kenya and Uganda. We're just going to get into Kenya next year.
Okay. So you're expanding to Kenya next year?
Yeah. We wanted to do it earlier, but we didn't have enough equipment to pull it off. We didn't have enough. We needed more stuff. We needed more computer stuff. We need to have our own studio and things like that, which we have now, but we didn't have it at the time.
So Shay, how many employees do you have? I mean, brothers, this is the thing. You are in Africa. You're hiring people, employing people, creating opportunities. Like, just tell everybody about, what you've built, like more in detail. Like, how many employees do you have? How were you able to pull this off? Like,
well, I mean, so there is Jonita, there's Pimaya, there's Shalom, there is Kwesi, there is Kim the Comic, there's Satati, and then we have Peter does some work for us in Kenya, and there's Dima obviously in Russia, so
right.
He's done some work for you too. So we have 8 people, but I mean, I want to say it like this: it's not like I'm giving them jobs or anything. Shit, they are. Sorry to say that. They are giving me an opportunity. I look at it more as a partnership. So I couldn't do any of the stuff that I'm doing without them. So it cost me roughly, and I don't mind disclosing it, it could be like $5,000 or $6,000 a month to try to run what we have with all the stuff. But it's well worth every dollar because, this is a partnership that we're doing. It's not like, oh, you guys work for me. Satati, he has his own PC now. It's his. It ain't mine. Kim the Comic has his own PC now. It's his. It's not mine. So the guys have helped me as much as I've helped them. So, I will more or less say I'm grateful for them for working with me because I couldn't do nothing if it wasn't for them. So my life is a lot easier now. It's more organized because, they've added a lot of value to me. So, as much as you can credit me for that, I would like to credit them because they've helped me out a lot, tremendously, a lot.
Now, what kind of adversity have you faced in Uganda? Like any hurdles or problems as far as setting up KenGanda?
Well, registering the business and all of that was rather easy. Thank you to Tina over at Expat Assist.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to get us a tax identification number, and that process was smooth. And just getting everything registered. But the problem has been in just solving the problems in the day-to-day business because when you live in California, you have Amazon. You live in Atlanta, you have Amazon. You can order things.
Crack.
And shout out to Paul over at UG Unlocked. They were able to, and he's in Sacramento actually, in Gold River. I didn't know it. And he basically brings in goods from the States over to Uganda. So that helped us a lot because in order for us to be successful, all the guys needed PCs or laptops to do the editing. I prefer PCs because it's more stable. So we had to get like even these Shure mics. It's hard, you can never get this here. You have to import everything. So the hurdle has just been spending a lot of money for stuff to get transported here. Investing the money. Basically living in certain areas of the city where fiber is at. So it's been those things. And then, it takes time for people to develop their skills, to understand because social media is different for a guy who was doing like Instagram videos or a guy who was being a photographer and, managing people who don't do this business and then training them how to do it. Mm-hmm. That's been it. But to be honest, I've had very little problems, like a lot of problems that people experience in Africa. I've experienced it on a very, very small scale. But I've been here 8 different times. I've watched their videos. My expectations were set. So I was leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back, and leaving and coming back, and leaving and coming back. So those problems were solved little by little over time.
Okay. Guys, once again, hit that like button. Hit that like button as you come to the chat room. Please hit the like button and then go to dynastymir.com. Go to dynastymir.com. And then one more time, we have a tour April 21st to the 30th to Sierra Leone. So please join us. Guys, we're going to open up the lines here in about 10 minutes so you can call in and ask your question. Ask the great Oshay Duke Jackson. Oshay, it looks like your hairline is growing back. Is your hairline growing back?
Yeah, brother. The white man was holding it back in Europe. And so, but it's come back. It's come back. Them juices and berries and dingleberries, brother, they have it really restored my it restores my hairline. I'm gonna get a curl in a minute, but not right now. I'm gonna wait till I get back to Sacramento and get to.
No, Shay, you go back to Poland, you graduate from med school. Mm-hmm. What are your plans after that?
Well, the plans are to go back to the States and fulfill what I was supposed to fulfill, but I'll always be here. This is my new adopted, because Poland, I've been staying there for a long time, but the opportunity is just so great here that, I probably would spend, if not the majority of my life, if I can do that after I get through my situation, if not all of my life here, because my life is here now. It's no longer like, like Uganda is a part of my life. It's a part of my life forever, so I wouldn't be able to, to turn it down. But that's my plan. My plans are always to be involved in the country, to work with the startup community, which is what I'm very, very passionate about. Because most African Americans that will come to Africa are, let's say, people in the Ugandan or any diaspora would be coming back if you're not retired as a startup. So one of the things that we try to achieve on the channel is how to improve startups in the information for the African American community, the Ugandan community itself, and empowering the diaspora community that's coming back. So, we want to work with the local agribusiness sectors to get more information out there. We want to work with, the Ugandan Investment Authority and people like that. So I think that that's a project that I'm very, very motivated to continue doing and showing some continuity with that. So, I'll always be coming back because I think like I have more impact, let's say here,
right,
then I probably would somewhere. Maybe Black America, sure. Definitely, I would have some form of impact there. But those two places, I would have to keep it coming back between the two.
Yeah, and I tell people to go where you can make an impact and go where you're treated good. So looks like you've been eating good and being treated good in Uganda.
I'm doing what I can, player.
All right, guys. Email is in the chat room. Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Again, Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. You guys, please call in. You know, brother Oshay, you know, thank you for taking time out your busy schedule to join us. You know, Oshay has things to do. He got people to manage and content to get out there. So, guys, if you want to call in and ask a question, email is Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Again, Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Send me an email and I will send the link, and you're more than welcome to call in. All right, we got a caller who's about to call in right now. Let me see the link, and you can ask your question. And guys, also too, shout out to Oshay for on his Oshay Duke Jackson channel for hitting 100,000 subscribers, everybody.
Yeah,
congratulations to Oshay, 100,000 subscribers, everybody. Whoever would have thought someone from the Heights, Negro from the Heights, would have had 100,000 subscribers and not, and you know,
you might have to get back to 4.2 speed because Doombug and Leroy and them, you already know if they catch you on Grand Avenue, it's gonna be a wrap.
Is the PlayStation still open?
No, they've been the Negroes shut that years ago. I had hair when that was still going.
Really?
Man,
we used to go to they used to have like comedy night like during the week. I forgot.
Yeah. What's cracking?
Yeah, we used to go there. You know, if you guys don't know, me and Oshay are from the same hometown of Sacramento, California, the capital city of California. Okay,
the most pro-black city. Most pro-black city is most pro-black influencers are from Sacramento. Facts.
You know what's crazy? There's a large conscious community in Sacramento. You know, Sacramento, Oakland, but I'm surprised there's a large conscious community in Sacramento, California.
Oh yeah, we deep. People don't know. Like it's a lot of, you know, some real Negroes in Sacktown. Don't get it twisted.
Definitely don't sleep on Sacktown. Let's see here. Thank you for the super chat, Kene. I watched Oshay in his early days go off on Africa, especially on Nigerians, but today he is happy and being successful in Uganda. I'm so happy for him. Anyone need evidence to make the move? Here it is. I wish him more success.
Oh yeah, I have some classics on Nigerian and African American relationships. Very, very many classic videos. I don't take those things back either because, you know, but I was just, you know, whatever. But like I love the Nigerian community. We just had to have some truthful conversations sometimes.
Let's see here. Willie, I sent you the link. Let's see here. Anybody else want to call in? Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Call in and ask your question to the great Oshay Duke Jackson, everybody. So when you go back to America, what exactly do you have to do? You say you have some obligations there.
What do you mean?
You said after you graduate from med school, you're going back to America, right?
Yeah. You gotta, you know, do what it takes for you to practice. So, you know, those things.
Okay.
So you gotta, you know, when you in the white man system, if you want to work there, you go have to do some things. So, but what I want to say is, I met up with a medical doctor. There's a channel by the name of Farm Up. So we actually drove to the village in Mbale, which is in eastern Uganda. And I was there. We did a turnaround trip, and because you know a lot of African Americans and what's this name of this one startup that's called what is it called in Nigeria? There's a really there's a really good company called it's called Agro Partnerships. Have you heard of that before? It's a Nigerian thing.
I've not, no.
Okay, so one of the things so we went to this poultry farming thing, and you know, like Agro Partnerships is huge in Nigeria, and they allow people to invest into the agribusiness thing. So this guy is a medical doctor, but he actually has something called a poultry farm, and he does layers, and he's doing so well that he's quitting his medical job as a doctor. So I just wanted to let people know that as African Americans, when it comes to agribusiness, we've been completely removed from that because that's something that we don't do anymore. Now, I would have laughed at somebody talking about they're a chicken farmer. I would have laughed at you. But now coming back to the continent and seeing wow, the opportunities are immense, and a lot of us just don't know about that. So I would encourage people to, if you're looking at the continent of Africa, you're looking at certain places, agribusiness is a great opportunity. So shout out to Agro Partnerships, which is a Nigerian company that lets you invest, and they're always sold out of all their investments. If you try to do an agro partnership right now, you want to invest in poultry, you can't. It's already gone. Soon as the partnerships go up, it's gone. So that just goes to show you the opportunity you can have in the continent that you can't do this in America. You can't get into farming. You can here.
All right, guys. I sent the link out, Willie, Fabian. I've sent the link out to you guys. So I'm just waiting for you guys to call in so you can ask your question, because Brother Oshay, he has some. Let's see. So shout out to. I think this is Dan. Yeah, I know some. Oshay has things to do, you guys, in Uganda. He definitely has some stuff to get to. How's the food out there, Oshay? Is the food good in Uganda?
Yeah, man, the food is very good, just like anywhere else. I'm
trying to figure out where I've been and the food wasn't that good. Let's see here.
Yeah, the food is definitely good. There's high-end restaurants, there's local food. Mm-hmm. You even have Nigerian restaurants in Uganda. You got Ethiopian, Eritrea. Uganda is one of the most diverse countries in Africa because they take in a lot of refugees.
Okay.
So from Somalia, Eritrea, you'd be surprised of the diversity that you get. So in Uganda, you have everything. A lot of the Eritreans own a lot of the bigger, let's say some of the more, if you would call it 4- or 5-star restaurants, the Eritreans also operate those. Okay. So the Eritrean community is I would say it's something almost equivalent to what the Indians are.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you see them in running a lot of restaurants, stuff like that. You don't really see a lot of Lebanese restaurants, some Chinese here and there, but really, really good food, and it's not that expensive in comparison to what you pay in the States.
All right. Brother Fabian, go ahead.
My brothers, what's up, man? Hey, Dynast, you guys set it off yesterday. Y'all set it off. And,
okay.
Hey, Oshay, good to see you, brother. I follow your KenGanda, KenGanda channel, your Oshay Duke Jackson channel, man, and I don't really have no questions, man. I just want to say I'm proud of both of you brothers for what y'all doing, and keep doing it, and keep getting better at it, and it's all good. So that's pretty much it, man.
Okay.
I don't have
Where you from? Where you from?
I'm in LA right now. I'm in my backyard working on my cars, man.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you caught the show that Dynast and I did when I was in Ohio. I'm a real estate investor, a side hustle. That's what I do. And so when I'm not at work, when I'm not working on my property,
I see you walking around a house. I believe that was you, right?
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I saw that. Now I remember. Dynast got so many streams going up, man. It's kind of hard to catch all of them, but I do remember.
Yeah, so that's what I do. And so when I'm not at work and when I'm not working on my property, I'm in the backyard working on my classic cars, and that's taking my day off from work, and that's what I'm doing. So I left Ohio. I'm back in California, and so your question was, where am I? I'm in California. I'm in LA. I'm from LA.
Okay.
And,
okay.
Just back here. Huh?
I was born in Linwood.
Oh, is that right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm in South Central, and I got family up in Sac too. I was actually there a few months ago up in Sac. Yeah, I got family all over Sacramento.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like what you guys are doing. Oshay, I think that some of the material that you put out, I sent you a couple of I sent you a message about it. You probably didn't really know who it was, but I think some of your stuff can easily be adapted to a film. And I think it would be something worth looking into, the next evolution of what you're doing a feature-length film. It's wide open. Africa's wide open. Uganda's wide open. And man, I just want to see you brothers have all the success in the world. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Well, thank you, man. Send me an email next time. If you send me an email, I'll know who you are, because sometimes I might not be able to get it or something like that. But if you put your name, I'll respond for sure.
Yeah, no problem. And really, I don't. If I send you an email, I'll be sending you like a, maybe a 5-page short of a script to show you how a script is broken down. I don't know if you have any experience in that area. If you know how scripts are written, if you know that every page in a script equals 1 minute on film, if you're aware of the software. Yes, every page on a script equals 1 minute on film. In addition to that, the software for writing scripts, the industry standard is a software called Final Draft. And that particular software, helps with the script writing process. It formats the script for you. So, it's something that's very, that can easily be accomplished. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Dynas, I told you I had a 63 in my backyard. I don't know if you ever saw it.
You said Impala, right?
It's a 63 Impala, yeah.
Let's check it out real quick.
All right, I'll turn the camera around.
Well, hopefully Oshay don't see his boys to come steal it. Oshay in his DPA software. So, but hopefully he don't send his boys to come steal it.
Hey, I live in the 80s. You know what it is. I'm in the 80s. You're gonna have to come with a whole army for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. Huh?
You're in the rolling 80s.
No. I had Dynas fill you in offline. Hey, I'm gonna pull the cover off. All right.
Okay. And guys, hit that like button again. Hit that like button, everyone. Okay, I see it. Okay. Rag top.
Yeah, it's a hard top. It's
Oh, it's a hard top. Okay.
Yeah, it's a hard top.
Right.
But this is what I'm into, man. I gotta,
Yeah, that's clean.
Oh yeah.
I like personally, I like the 67 Impala. That's my car, 67.
Yeah, I sold a 67 Impala about 3 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
And I'm doing a 65. So this is a 65 Impala Super Sport right here that I'm working on. And then another project in the back, of 52 and a 56. So, when you're trying to put money together, these cars, when they're done, they go for 30, 20, 30, 40, 50, $60,000 and up.
Right.
So if you're trying to put together your Africa plan and you don't really know what to do to make money, here's another way you can make some money.
Yeah.
Doing these cars and flipping them. So
for sure.
Yeah, so that's the 63 I was telling you about.
All right, like I said, you gotta keep O'Shea's homeboys from the heights away, Boys from the heights,
I got some people in Del Paso Heights. So
okay.
Yeah, my uncles are up there. Yeah.
Okay.
So no problem. Hey, but hopefully real soon. Hey, Oshay, if I don't know what you may next April you may be in school, man, but it might be a good idea for you to join us in Sierra Leone, man. What you think?
Well, if I have the class, I can't come, but
okay,
we'll see. We'll see if it's on a break or something.
Okay, I guess if not, I guess me and Dynas got to pack a bag and come to Uganda or Poland or something.
Yeah, we'll come through.
Definitely
come to Uganda. You have a good time over here.
That's right. So, just as always, man, just want to give you brothers much love and respect. You guys keep doing your thing. Be encouraged. Don't worry about the haters. And, much love to everybody in the chat. I'm going to get back to work, man. I got these wrenches ain't going to turn themselves.
For sure. All right, bees. Oh, yeah, information man in Sacramento. I told you Sacramento is the most pro-black city in California. Y'all didn't know.
Nah, man, I'm with it. Yeah, I'm well aware. Yeah. So, all right, my brothers, we'll catch up with you next time.
All right, for sure, bro.
Peace, family.
All right, peace.
All right, Willie, go ahead.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What's going on?
Yeah, Dynas, you gotta unblock me from the chat. I think I've been blocked for like a couple months now.
Okay, all right.
All right, Oshay, so I want to ask you, like, Uganda. One thing I know about Uganda, I've never been there, but I've heard that the country is controlled by Indians. And now you're telling me that, like, Somalis and Eritreans are controlling it too. So, I mean, is that really a pro-Black environment when the economy is controlled by people who aren't Black?
I didn't say that they control it. I said they have some restaurants here. I guess they could be considered similar to the Indians in the restaurant in business. But come on, man, like most of the people that have the most money outside of like Sudi Rupiel and obviously the Indians, you know, they have business here in Uganda. But most of the people that are doing well in Uganda are Ugandan that I see. So, you know, don't get me wrong. You do have the Chinese building roads and stuff like that. But, you know, the Ugandan community is doing well, you know. So I think that's more so of a myth. You know, Ugandan, like the apartment I'm staying in right now is owned by Ugandan. She owns this one. The one next door, the one across, the one like 10 miles down, you know, you have people that are very, very rich and very, very talented here. So, you know, yeah, you do have foreigners in all places like in Africa, but, you know, the people that, you know, the majority of the money is owned by them.
All right. I remember your early videos when you first started going to Uganda. You were talking mad shit about the country. What changed your mind?
What mad shit was I was talking about the country?
Now, most of these videos are deleted, but I remember you talking about, you know, the boater drivers, how dumb they were. Like, they would see you with your luggage and you already got off a motorcycle, that another one would come and ask you for a ride, for example. Do you remember saying that?
I remember saying that one guy in particular was dumb, yes. I didn't say all of them were dumb. I was talking about that guy in particular. Bro, are you here to cause problems or what? What are you here to do?
Nah, I'm just asking.
What are you here to do? What are you here to do, dude? I'm busy. You're here to cause problems. Are you here to cause problems? Like seriously,
right, man, if you're not
one guy had a problem and said I didn't say everybody was dumb.
Listen.
That's what you're saying.
If you're gonna be defensive about it, whatever. It's cool.
Get this guy off the thing, bro. Or otherwise, I'm leaving. Like I'm not coming for this.
All right, Willie, appreciate you coming on, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I mean, the guy wants to just come on here and try to cause a lot of problems. That sounds like a weirdo anyway.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Hey guys, hey Oshay, hey man, I've been following your channel for a little while, man. You're doing pretty good. I like that. Hey, Dynas, man, you're the king, man. What can I say about that, man?
Thank you.
Yeah, man, I'm in Nairobi, man. Hey Oshay, I want to ask you something. What was the main determining factor for you when you decided to go to Uganda? Because I noticed a lot of people are promoting Uganda and Tanzania, but not so many people are promoting Kenya, and that this is the largest economy in East Africa. What's the main advantage that you get in Uganda? I'm just curious. I mean, is it a better environment for you? Do you think you probably do better there than you would in Kenya?
Well, I mean, not to brag, I think I would do well wherever I was at.
Right.
Probably would have been faster in Kenya because the infrastructure was already there as far as, you know, internet is concerned and stuff like that. And the business community is much more development in the service industry sector. But I just typically liked Uganda more. The people were nice, people were friendly. So I felt more at home here than I did when I went to Kenya. So, but to be honest, I probably didn't give Kenya the best chance that I maybe should have. But when I went to Kenya, the 2 times that I went, it wasn't anything like, and I was with, you know, African Tigress. I was with Dr. Mumbi. So they were nice enough to take me around to a few places. But I just didn't feel the comfort level that I had here.
Okay, great. So what's the main investment opportunity that you can probably tell, say, African Americans that are looking to come to East Africa? What's the biggest thing right now, in your opinion?
You mean investment as far as like for money? The biggest opportunity, not the investment for money. The biggest
Yeah,
opportunity, the biggest investment is the investment you've already made in yourself in the United States. That's the biggest investment that you can make. If you want to come and throw money at some project, number one, you're probably going to get scammed or you're going to lose it, because doing business in Uganda is probably different than doing business in Kenya. It's different business than doing it in America. Whenever you come to a place like this, for example, Cedric Singleton, a black market, he's been in that business for 31 years. You know, I'm a professional social media content creator, YouTube guy. I was already doing very well in that before I got here. So for the person who has the most success, can hit the ground running, already is doing pretty good at something before he gets here, or she or he. There are opportunities available all through the country, but if you're not intelligent enough to monetize it or intelligent enough to take advantage of it, doesn't matter. So I would say for a person that, you know, is savvy as an entrepreneur, has a lot of good soft skills, those things and whatever you've already been doing is going to give you the biggest advantage. Now, if you're a person that's changing careers and repadding at the same time, those people are going to be the people that are more likely to fail. Because even if agribusiness is a great opportunity and you know nothing about chicken poultry or pig farming, you can't capitalize on it because you just don't know the business. So then it takes a long time for you to, how does it work? Like what happens if your chickens get sick, for example, or what happens? So the opportunities are everywhere. But the thing about it is that you have to have some sort of knowledge in that. So it might take you some time to get caught up in whatever industry you're going to change into. And then the more knowledge you have, that's the best opportunity for that. You just can't throw money and say, oh, well, I'm going to invest $50,000, because the only people that I know that have a platform that's set up is like the AgriCorp people that in Nigeria in agro partnerships, and even they're selling out all the time because the yields and the returns are so high. You have to like be up by 2 a.m. every 7 months to buy something. In my experience, the people who are going to do the best as repats are already doing good at something already, and they're going to just come here and they're going to expand it because you know how the business works, and the only thing you need to know is how the business works, how to do business here. Because if you have to do a new business and then figure out how to do business here, that's a nightmare, in my opinion. Those people are more likely to fail.
Right. I agree. Yeah. So one other question I had, what was that? If you are in the United States right now, with the so-called recession that y'all's having right now, and you're thinking about coming to Africa, or rather to East Africa, do you think it's more expensive in Uganda or in Kenya? Because
well, Uganda is definitely cheaper than those places. I heard somebody saying that I didn't want to pick Kenya because I can afford it.
Don't stop the show. Okay, don't stop the show. Don't get the show.
I mean, let me just say, like, let me say this. Okay,
don't stop.
I don't know. I wanted to just talk about that. So, you know, East Africa in general is cheaper than West Africa. Now, I also want to say this: if you're in South Africa, even Uganda is cheaper, but the upscale living, if you're looking to live more of an American lifestyle, it's actually cheaper in South Africa than it is anywhere. Right. Because if you like, you know this, right? If you're in Tanzania, you're like in Michael Chini, playing Dar es Salaam, you're paying like $2,000 a month. It could be. Even in Uganda, if you're living in Kololo, you might be spending like $3,000 a month for upscale lifestyle. Where you're in Santon, you might spend like $700, $800, mid-rand, $500, $600. So if it's about lifestyle, an American lifestyle with more amenities, then South Africa is cheaper than any country for American lifestyle. But I will say this. I mean, I wouldn't pick a place based on, oh, this place is cheaper. I would pick a place based off of, well, there's an opportunity for me to grow with the people, for me to grow for myself, and, you know, for me to have maybe more autonomy in what I'm doing. That's why Uganda is the restrictions are less. Kenya is more strict. Rwanda, you don't want to play Rwanda, right? Like Rwanda is very, very transparent and very strict. The entertainment industry is bigger in Uganda, so that's another thing. Rwanda, not so much. Rwanda smaller. So you look at all of those things. You know, competition tends to be a little bit less. So that's why I would choose Uganda.
Right. Let me ask you one more thing about property. Is it restricted in Uganda for foreigners to come in and buy property, or is there any restriction?
Okay. What I would, from what I've heard, There is a person that we have collaborated with called Expat Assist. She does free consultations on questions like this. We can leave the number. If you go to my my YouTube channel and look at the Expat Assist interview we did with Tina, they specialize in this for foreigners. I would say, from what I understand, buying land in Uganda, it might depend on what jurisdiction you are in. Like if you're in the central, it might be different than if you're like in the west. But I don't want to talk about that so much because I think that it could be a little different. I know there are leases that are going on, but what I would do is I would talk to Tina at Expat Assist. If you guys go to my video, you can get her phone number or email me. I can give it to you. Then she could give you the correct information about what that's about, because I don't want to misquote, because it's different. Maybe in different regions have different, the central region might be different than another part of Uganda.
Okay. Let me just give you one final question here.
Dan, brother, I gotta get some other people on, Dan.
No problem, Dan. It's no problem, Dan.
No problem, brother. We appreciate you coming on, man.
Peace, brother Dan.
Thank you, man. All right, thank you.
All right, pardon my presence. Go ahead.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. First, I want to commend you guys for stepping up your game during the pandemic. When a lot of people didn't have much to do, when you're sitting around looking for entertainment, looking for knowledge, you guys really stepped your game up, so I appreciate that. I also want to ask you, Oshay, because I've noticed a lot of your titles that you have when it comes to Black men and Black women. It's, I guess you do it for clickbait purposes, but a lot of it's very divisive as far as look what this Black man is doing and guess who's mad.
I'm here to talk about Africa, not Oshay Duke Jackson channel. Do you have a question about Africa, about Uganda?
Is that what this is about? Okay,
that's what it's about.
Okay, my bad. So I'll ask another question then, okay? In regards to you being in Uganda, right? You mentioned that East Africa is cheaper than West Africa. Have you looked into places in North Africa? How was the economy in North Africa in those places? Is it comparable? Is it somewhere where Black people could go and there's a community for Black people, like in Algeria and places like that?
How can I say this without being divisive? Any of the Arabic countries, I tend not to. I don't know. There could be opportunities there. It could be very, very possible. I just won't deal with me personally. The countries in Africa ran by Arabs, so for me that's out of the question. I would almost be just like staying in the States or something like that. So. But I mean, I'm sure there's opportunities in every place. Morocco, Algeria. I mean, they got good healthcare systems. For what I know, I don't know what the costs are, but I do know, the it's more stable. The money's more stable there. But I just, for me, I don't see why they would give an African American or somebody Black more autonomy, because Arabs are very they're very loyal to their people. So, like the opportunity that you might be able to present in Sierra Leone probably is not going to be in Algeria or Morocco. It's probably not that likely. Now, I don't know, but I think Dynasty went to Morocco before. Yeah, I've never heard anybody repatriating there.
I just visited. I mean,
I've never heard anybody repatriating in North Africa. That probably could be interesting though. If somebody did, there might be. But I've heard most people doing it in Tanzania, Gambia, Ghana, Rwanda. That's where everybody's pretty much going. I don't know much about that.
Okay, that's cool. That makes sense. Now I have family in Nigeria, right? And when I went there for my first time going to Nigeria, the one thing that struck out, the first thing when I got off the plane, is the amount of non-Black people that were there. Not to say that it was unusual, but
where did you find a Lagos or Abuja?
Lagos. So when I got there, when I say many, I don't mean like the majority. What I'm saying is that my impression of Africa as a whole, prior to going there for the first time, it was something whereas you thought it according to what you see on TV, according to what people say, the negative connotation that Africa has to people who've never been there and how they talk about it. When I went there. There was Indians there. There was Lebanese there. There were Chinese there. they make it seem like no one wants to go there, or that it's a place where you can't do business, or it's a place that is behind, so to speak. But when you actually set foot on the continent, when you set foot in Nigeria specifically, there's a thriving economy, more than what people tend to say for people who've never been there. Especially what I notice with African Americans, they always think that it's lesser than, or that there's no one outside of Nigerians that are there. Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of races and foreigners that are there doing business. So I think that one thing that you guys also push is the fact that anyone can go there to create, to create some type of opportunity for yourself if you have some type of business acumen, or you have some type of entrepreneurship skills. So I think it's important that we keep pushing that, because everyone else is there. There's no reason why Black Americans or any other Black people from any other countries, why they feel they can't go there too. So I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
No, you're right, because for me, I was interested in going to Africa. I already made some content about my African friends that I had in America, and some good and bad experiences. But I think what happens is that when you see somebody like Dynasty Amir, like this is a guy that I know from my hometown, and I was like, oh well, man, he's been there like a lot of times. So, and, I love Black women, so I already know they was there. So at the time I was like, well, and then I used to always be caught up on Forbes, the easiest to do business list, and you'd always see at the bottom, Rwanda would be the only African country that was like in the middle, and then everything else would be like Liberia, like almost dead last. Uganda is like in the bottom 40, and so you would see like Nigeria is like king of corruption supposedly, and but I would meet these talented Nigerian Americans all the time. I would see them everywhere, and so I was like, and then they would tell me like how they were living back home, what they had, and I felt robbed, right? Because African Americans, we don't have the opportunity to have that experience to be in both places. So I would say that for people who can identify partnerships, that's one thing that's a problem on the continent of Africa, is a lot of times the best resource that the continent has is the people. We talk about the oil or whatever, but the continent is sitting on some very, very bright people. I interview them a lot on the KenGanda podcast, like Brian from 2 Bio Tours. I talked to Dr. Daniel over at Farm Up. I've talked to, a lot of people. Zach Mkwesa, one of the biggest French Pan-Africanists in the boxers. These guys are brilliant. And the problem that the continent of Africa has is that you have the most brilliant people driving Ubers, or the most brilliant people working at, they're not being pushed. So if your best people, or they leave, right? And so when you have that, then that's why you don't get the development. But it's, if you can identify talent, if you create more of a safe zone for these people to develop and build for the country, those things will change. And I think that a lot of times people feel like, from the African American community, when they come to the continent of Africa, like you're doing them a favor because you're here. I just don't believe that. And I get criticized for saying that. I just feel like the talented people are here, and it's just that more partnerships need to happen. And if you can do that, it's a total myth about people are bad at business. I mean, it is to a certain degree. That's everywhere. But if you get people that have talent, if you get people that you can close on, buying into your vision, you buying into theirs, you can do it. You can make a lot of things happen very fast. I was able to get like a TV offer for Club KenGanda after like 9 episodes. You could never do that in America. We were able to do that in 9 weeks.
Yeah, so it's not due. Sorry, I was gonna say it's not due to a lack of effort, right? And this is the thing that people need to realize. The people there, they want to work, they want to enterprise, they want to do business, and they definitely have that entrepreneurial spirit, because unlike other places in the U.S. or in the Western culture, there's not a safety net, right? There's not welfare and those type of systems to kind of pull people up. So a lot of people, they have to be resourceful, and they have to find ways to make money on a daily basis. So they have the hustle, they have the drive. So the skills that they have, or the assets that they have, the talents that they have, if you combine it with talents from people from other places, African Americans, Caribbeans, and you put that together, you could really build something, right? And at the end of the day, there's no reason why other countries, because I've spoken to some Indian friends that I know, where to them it's like second nature to do business in Africa, and they're traveling there, they live there. Tanzania is another one where they're heavy there as well too. So they already know, and they have a better I won't say understanding, but they have a better image of Africans in African countries. We just need to educate ourselves and just go there. And I find that a lot of Black Americans, they're either apprehensive or they have this feeling that the Africans that they meet in America, because there is a certain way that Africans in America behave, where it turns people off from the Africans that are actually in the continent, right? And I find that if they let go of those bad experiences that they've had or experienced in America, and they actually go to different countries, they're gonna see real Nigerians, real Ghanaians, real people from those countries, and they realize that they're just like us as far as the wants, needs, aspirations, and goals, and they could build together. So I don't know. I think what you guys do as far as bringing awareness and creating different avenues for people to make money and build the imagery, it's good. It's good. One thing I do notice though, when I was in Nigeria, American culture, it's invading Nigeria heavy, as far as the television, the reality TV, Real Housewives, and all those things. And I wonder how you guys feel about that. Do you think that's that could be a detriment for the culture, as far as you have people from Africa using the N-word, and those things? How do you feel about that, as far as American culture seeping into Nigeria or other African countries?
Well, one thing I like about Nigeria is has a mind of its own, right? Like if you listen to Nigerian music, it doesn't sound like anything else. It sounds a Nigerian song when it comes on. So everybody's influenced by America. But if you make a reality show and then you cater it for your audience, they're going to Africanize it. The thing about American culture is that even African Americans, we've been in America for 400 years. The way that we have church is different than the whites. Like Second Baptist in Carmichael is different than Mount Olive Baptist in Del Paso Heights, right? I mean, everything that Black people do, we're going to Africanize it. We're going to make it our own. So that's the issue. That's the only thing that I'm more concerned with, is that, as long as you try to have as much respect for your people, that's optimal. And, if you want to do the reality shows, some people are going to be okay with it. Some people, let's be honest, women like that stuff. A lot of women watch reality shows. That's who the target market is. As long as they Africanize it and people can, earn from it and people can make it their own, why not? I mean, China Chinanizes it, if you can say that, for everything that America makes. They do it for every part, everything. China, WeChat, WhatsApp, right? So I think that the continent of Africa is going to have to play the same game. Is for what, if you can offer your people more services, instead of them watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, they're going to watch it. Why not do it for Nigeria? So my grandma used to always tell me when it came to talk about church, she said the biggest problem God gonna have with the devil is that the devil is open 24 hours a day. He always got something going, right? And that's the biggest problem that God always gonna have on planet Earth, is that Satan is always busy. He's always got something for you to do. And that's kind of how the mainstream society is. They're always going to have something to do. And the only way you can compete is that you got to have something for your people to do. And, I heard that, what's the other show that's really popular in Nigeria? It's supposed to be coming to Uganda. It's called Big Brother Niger.
Yeah, I can't follow that show. It's trash.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly,
we're not going to follow that, but we know that a lot of people do follow it. So, for the thing about it is, for Africa and for, like even me, I have something called Struggle Wood, right? And have you ever seen my episodes before, Dynasty?
Yeah.
So my Struggle Wood, that's me going around simping in Africa. It's funny, and every time I'm struggling in the concept, but it's something that a lot of men can relate to. So the thing about our people as a Pan-African group is We have to take the things that the mainstream is doing and make it for our people and make our people movie stars and movie houses and not them. So as long as we're doing it for us. And then another thing too, as far as, you know, the N-word, and I mean, you know, y'all know I'm a blatant offender of it. I don't use it on this platform, but, you know, as far as that society, what I found out is that when Africans use the N-word or something like that, it doesn't, you know, have the same context meaning as it does for us. So the way that they look at it and the way that they process it is not the same. It's not looked at as pejorative, but, you know, in all things, the Pan-African community and the Nigerian community, Nigeria's done an excellent job. Look at Nollywood. Look at the music. They're making everything for their people to access it in their own way. So you just tell your own story with a reality show. You tell your own story with your music. You tell your own story with your drama. You tell your own story with your soap operas. Everything that you have to do, you tell your own story with it because everybody does it. The Indians do it on DSTV. The Indians have the worst, in my opinion, the worst soap operas ever. They stay on DSTV in Africa. They're terrible. They're awful. People watch it because the blacks not doing it.
Okay, and one last question for you guys. As far as culture and as, you know, generations die out and younger generations come up, in regards to, you know, to certain old culture as far as chiefs and different orders for the elders and stuff like that, as a youth get older and things become, I guess you could say, westernized, if you want to use that term, do you see a place for that structure as far as you know chiefs and having order within the community, or do you see that dying away?
No, you need it. If it's good enough, it's good enough for us. It's good enough for them. I have a big thing about African hierarchy, even though I don't know if my voice is very loud about it. But if you have chiefs, if we've always had chiefs, people have chiefs, we should still have it. In my opinion, if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. Because if you don't, then you already have a lot of anarchy going on as it is. And one thing that black people need, I hate to say this, you got to give black people order. If you don't, then you see what's going on in the black community in America right now. And you're gonna get black people will destroy themselves without somebody to help them. So that's just especially you know what they say when white people sniffle, black folks get the flu, and our people need, that's why dictators, people say they're not necessary, but I beg to differ. I think they are necessary. They're needed in certain, Rwanda, Uganda. I think you need people like that, because if you don't, then but black people, we kind of different. We need that to be there.
And what I noticed is that at least in Nigeria, they respect their elders. They hold them in high regard.
Brother, where Nigeria?
I remember when I was there.
Where in Nigeria are you from?
My dad is from Ondo State.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So there. I remember I was on a plane and a 3-seater Nile, and it was me, my dad, and another young guy. I didn't know him. We didn't know him. And when they brought the food in, the other guy was helping my dad, cut up the food and stuff, right? And I'm like, yo, it's my dad. I should be doing that. But it's the fact that he has respect for an elder. He didn't know who my dad was, but he knew that my dad was older, right? So the amount of respect that the young people show their elders, and they have that order, no matter if they don't know them or not, right? There's that type of reverence for someone that's older than them, and I think that's lacking in the Western society. I'm from Canada, so I see it. We don't care about elders. We put them in a nursing home and we leave them alone, right? So I don't see that in Nigeria. They really their elders. They respect for them, and I think that if that remains there in that society, in that structure, then I think only good could come from it. But if that goes away, if they start to leave that alone and become more of a me society, then I think that could be the downfall if you try to westernize Africa or develop Africa into a Western type of society or culture. So that's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
All right, brother. We appreciate you coming on, bro.
All right, I appreciate you guys. Take care.
No problem. All right, O'Shea, go ahead and close out. I know you got things to do.
I got about 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes if you
Okay,
want,
let's see, guys. We got if you want to call in, let's see here. If you want, we'll take one more caller. Send me an email.
Because I would actually like to send all your people to my club KenGanda episode so they could, experience their virtual club. So, we can roll until that time. So
okay, no problem. Yeah.
I can give you 30 minutes.
Okay.
Y'all get the super chats up. Support Brother Dynast in the building.
So guys, if you want to call
y'all holding up.
Listen, we almost
who was God is good, man? This guy, do you know this guy? God is good. He doesn't like me too much.
Nah, man, don't worry.
Guy's been trolling me the whole entire show. So O'Shea, you would have been kidnapped and sacrificed in Nigeria. I kind of doubt that.
Guys,
I doubt that. I live in a place called Del Paso Heights, player. I would put Del Paso Heights and Compton up against any place over there any day of the week.
Hey guys, hit that like button, and also too, if you want to call in, emails in the chat room, Uhuru at searchforahuru.com, Uhuru at searchforahuru.com. Send me an email, and you can call in and ask your question.
Can I say something real quick?
Say whatever you want. You know,
I want to tell the people, right? And I know like a lot of people have been asking about tours. I don't have any tours that are coming, but I would tell anybody this: if you're going to the continent of Africa, any country there, it's important. And press 1 if you hear me. If you guys should always look at spending some hours at some sort of co-working space. Okay, I think this is a big problem that a lot of people that are repatriating are not doing. You look at, a lot of people on YouTube that are moving back and they're cell phone vlogging and, they're just talking about, oh, I love here. I love it. It's different. But, you have to understand that these people are, they don't have any pull in the local sector. They don't have any pull in, how to get things accomplished. You need to find out how things works from the business community, from the startup community. A lot of people don't, you neglect that. So some of you can even join startup communities or co-working spaces, even from where you are. A lot of times you can do that by checking out co-working spaces. For example, there's one called the Hive Collab. They'll let you hop on the Zoom call and meet people for free every month. So you don't have to spend any money, you can join some co-working spaces online for $4 or $5 a month. That's how I'm getting all my contacts. I went to Design Hub. I go there. I meet professional people all the time. I get more opportunities. I'm able to get people in the agribusiness sector. I'm able to get people to come onto my platform. I'm able to build a whole network because in Africa, it's about who you know. So you can't get to know people hanging out in the expat communities. You can't get to hang out with people. People say, well, why don't you speak the language? Let me say this. I know a guy that is the most fluent person in Uganda. Guy's broke, right? Now you can learn the language is great, but just learning the language and hanging out with local people just to speak Luganda or to speak Swahili all day. If you have to remember they're the citizens here, so they got some place to go. You don't. You know what I mean? So you need to be serious about your business life. A lot of African Americans are not serious. I'm gonna have to be honest. African Americans are not serious. The ones that I see that are on the social media about the everyday business life, and a lot of people are not really ready to work. You're not willing to put in the work. So then you come and then you start struggling because you're not connected into the people that are you think that you are the person that is, because you were in America, you understand how it works. You just don't. You don't know how it works here. You don't know. If I would go to Ghana, I don't know how Ghana works. I have no idea how it works. So I'm going to go and get involved in the co-working space. You have to use your resources to how do taxes work? Where are the best places to live? You can get all of that there in the first thing. So invest as much time as you go see the animals and tours and slave mansions and all that crap, and y'all know how I feel about those, but invest in your professional business life. Invest on how do you outsource? How do you train? How do you develop? How do you maintain talent? You don't hear African Americans talking about this. You know, like how do you expect to be successful? You have to go from being, let's say, if you're working full time. If you're working full time in America, now you're the person that is the brains and operations manager of the company. It's going to go as far as you're going to go take it. So you're the person that's coming up with the brand. You're coming up with training people. You're coming up with the daily tasks. You're coming up with how to get accomplished. How do you measure your goals? All that lies on you now. Okay. And if you don't do that, then what you're going to do, you'll realize you'll be here asking for donations or trying to scam somebody out their money and, making a dusty reputation of African Americans on social media footprint. So, and if that's and like I said, so if you're not going to take that serious, that part of coming to Africa, if you can't afford to come and do that, don't come, because you're going to fail. You're going to fail miserably. And I always tell people, if you come to Uganda and then you fail, don't call me. I made that very clear. So, don't call me. I get emails, don't call me. So, there's certain skill sets that a lot of brothers and sisters need to pick up before you come. You can't be emotional. Africa's not an emotional decision. That all that ancestors sent me and all that. Okay, that's cool. But the ancestors themselves didn't make decisions on just how they felt. People every time make calculated decisions. So you make calculated decisions on what you can do and all of that, because you don't want to be out here broke, be out here dusty, be out here, and then people talking about, oh, well, there's another broke ass black YouTuber from America that can't make it to Africa. That's all they're gonna say. So that's all I wanted to say.
Okay. All right, we got another call. Rocco, yeah, go ahead. Rocco, yeah.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing? I just have, first of all, I wanted to say congratulations for attaining your 100,000 on your other channel. I have been somebody who's been following you for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an African woman. Funnily enough, I live right up here in California. I'm in the Silicon Valley, San Jose, California. But
rich lady.
well, I from your
tell
lips
nobody
to God's ears, from your lips to
I ain't gonna
God's
tell
ears.
nobody else.
So anyhow, yeah, like I said, I've been watching you. I have seen your transition. I have a question for you, a little bit deeper. What my first question is, since you've been pretty transparent about your business dealings and your daily broadcast on the KenGanda channel. You've been really giving us some great content for people in the diaspora. Like I said, I'm an African. I'm from Ghana and Togo. And I came to the US to, but go to school, ended up staying longer than was planned. But I'm also like one of the people just repatriated. I'm very, very active in the community in terms of the things that I do. I'm an advocate for women. So I run my own business here in California. It's a software company. And then in the last 3-4 years, I've kind of transitioned into skill transfer especially to women in Africa. So I wanted to ask you first, what was the aha moment for you? Where did you make that conscious move from being a little bit not so pro-African in your earlier presentations to now being really very positive and trying to encourage? What happened? What was that transition? Could you share that mind shift to some of us who pay attention to your content?
Well, even I had some controversial videos that most people on Black YouTube know me for, as a lot of controversial things that I stand on. But I've always been an African American that had Pan-African leanings. That's how I would describe myself. Now, obviously, first and foremost, I've always been a proud African American, but I've always been behind the scenes. For example, I brought me and Nee at our big bay. We brought the first Nigerian celebration to Eastern Poland, but people just didn't know about that.
Okay.
People didn't know that I did that, but because I was more known for what I did for, in African American content spaces, I kind of kept those things to myself. Even Dynas knows offline, I don't even date. I've always been against interracial dating. For me personally, I've never talked about it until recently. But even Dynas tell you in 2016, offline, I've always had these leanings, which is why he defended me a lot of times. People said he shouldn't, because I've always had these leanings and people just didn't know. But as I can come to know more about myself and kind of, I didn't want to, also with black men, a lot of black men are much different. That's my target audience, a lot different than me. I don't want to be hating on people because they were different from me. But now I've come to more of a understanding. Well, look, this is who I am more so, and I really don't care how you feel about it. And that's where I'm at now. Now I'm just, this is how I always really felt. But I have been influenced. I've been influenced by people like, Dynasty Amir, Dr. Lumumba in Kenya, people like that, John Henry Clark. I've always been interested in people's content like that. So I've just been more adamant about it now.
Yeah. Well, I think you're doing a wonderful job, and lots of people are watching, may not necessarily commenting all the time, but I think some of your content has been rather powerful, and I hope you realize how you really gaining influence. I have people in Africa that actually, I'm going to share this with you. I do, like I said, I'm very Pan-African. I'm not very visual, but I do a lot of the things behind the scenes in terms of, developing knowledge base for people in politics. A lot of my peers are now I would say the political elite in Ghana. And even though we give a lot of flack to African leadership, there's actually a shift going on. I mean, a lot of times people don't realize how they're trying to maneuver the African economies into more of a pro-African, direction. But it takes time. It takes a lot of attitude change. But what I wanted to say is that there is a politician in Ghana who watches you and sent me your link and said, you need to go listen to these guys. And I was like, I already listened to them, right?
Wow.
So you and the African superstar, Dynast, people in African politics, decision makers are on your feed sometimes. They're listening, they're making impressions and stuff. So I just wanted to give you those kudos that you are changing. And then a whole politician is sending me information. These people are pro Pan-Africanists. They're the people who are making the types of switches that are occurring or appearing to be, like in Ghana, a year of return. It took a lot of, groundswell and inertia. People like that in politics who are really pushing this integration. So I don't want to take the line too long. I had one more question for you. I wanted you to comment on this. There's a lot, in fact, on Facebook, I do a lot of debates. And a lot of African Americans have bought into this concept of China is taking over Africa. China is, we're allowing China to buy up Africa and all that. And I always ask the question, when you go to Africa, as you have, what do you see that to be true? Do you see, and Dinas, you can jump onto that also. Are you seeing in West Africa? I mean, we know the Chinese are building infrastructure, building, the things and bringing capital. But do you get the sense that they are actually taking over and that Africans are in that mind space that their economies can actually be taken again in a colonizing factor? I wanted you to share your perspective on that.
You want to go first, Jay? Or
go ahead.
No, I mean, me personally, I think a lot of African Americans use that as a stalling tactic to not go to Africa, as an excuse to not go to Africa. But, like in Nigeria, I have not seen a heavy presence of Chinese in Nigeria. I mean, they're there.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen them, really. I mean, I guess that's Lekki Expressway or the main road headed to the island with the bridge headed to the island. You'll see like the little Chinatown, but I don't see Chinese all over the place like that.
Exactly. And what about you on the East Coast, on the east side of the continent?
Well, if anything, like maybe like in places like in Liberia, somewhat Cote d'Ivoire, somewhat Sierra Leone, but really Liberia, I saw a lot of Lebanese.
And they've been there a very long time, actually. If you find out, they've been there and they're probably running into 3 generations. The Liberian, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, there's been a long history of presence of Lebanese who, like I said, some of them, they've been there and have had children. So they are skin wise, yeah, we know they're Lebanese, but most of them were born and just like in Kenya. So they do have sentiments that are actually very, very African, in the way, because they have been 3 generations into that. But yeah, that's a great contribution, Diners. I actually also grew up in Nigeria for about 10 years. So
Okay.
I have a good, yeah.
Well, even everywhere.
I'm
Togo,
a real
Ghana.
West African. I'm sorry?
Yeah, Togo, Ghana, Nigeria.
Yeah, Togo, Ghana, Nigeria. My parents are Togo. My dad is Togo. My mother is Ghanaian. But my dad lived in Nigeria, in Ibadan. So
Oh,
we grew
Ibadan.
up
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
So I'm really a West African in that way. I've lived in different countries and my mindset. So yeah, tell us a little bit about what you're seeing with Chinese in Uganda.
Well, on the way to Mbali yesterday, we noticed that there's like Chint Electric, that they have their offices here. You see a lot of the Chinese that control, if they control parts of the business. I mean, you see your Chinese person that sells stuff in the local markets here and there, but really what you see the impact of the Chinese is with concrete, electrics, construction, road building.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
anything to deal with infrastructure is where you really kind of see them, and you see them managing the projects and the Africans that work for them.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that know that part of the business, and I think maybe they can outbid it and do the projects cheaper. Yeah. Also in manufacturing, those type of businesses that tend to come to Uganda or East Africa, the Chinese, even there's a phone here. I forgot what that phone is called. It's a really cheap, guys. What's the name of that phone that you guys always buy? Techno. They're huge. Yeah, Techno. You can get like a
Techno's all over
35-inch phone for like $5. It'll break, but it's so you see China doing stuff like that day to day. I can go a whole day without seeing a Chinese person.
Yeah.
But when you see them that are running and I would tell African Americans that are that have that conversation. There's a lot of opportunity for you to partner with people. The thing about it is, and I'm not talking about giving people. I don't like to use that terminology. I think that that it's partner. African Americans and the whole diaspora community should be looking to partner with the continent of Africa. Okay, because then we don't want to come in. I don't want to come and pay somebody $100 a month and brag about giving somebody a damn job. For me, if I find out that somebody's talking about giving somebody a job and you pay them $100 a month, I will probably curse you out. So we should look at partnering with people, just like I partner with Dita Nacello and our club KenGanda thing that we're doing here in Uganda, and it's like an actual like club atmosphere, but on YouTube. So I think that you don't worry about the Chinese. The Chinese are going to do them. They're not worried about you, so don't worry about them. I'm not worried about them. Exactly. People who say that are losers who are not going to come to Africa in the first place. So I wouldn't debate people who are not serious. And a lot of times in this Pan-African community, we entertain people who are untalented, who are broke, and who, I'm going to say it, frankly, they're stupid and they have a low IQ and they're not contributing to the conversation. So why are we talking to those people? If they're not going to do anything, just don't entertain them. People are going to always have stuff to say. On my KenGanda channel, they come, I block them. I don't even let you participate in the chat. If you have anything negative to say about what we're doing, you're gone immediately. And that's what the Pan-African community needs to do. For those people who are serious, we should only take the people who are serious. The people who are talking shit, who don't want to do anything, they need to go. Okay? Seriously. I tell people all the time on my channel. You know what we got to do?
I do agree.
Get off. Go. I'm very adamant about that. I think my attitude and people like me need to tell these people more that if you're bullshitting, you need to go. Go to the whatever communities you want to do. There's the B1 community, Hotep community that's in America not doing anything. Then deal with that. I don't want to hear your mouth. So we need to start ignoring people and just start wasting. We collaborate with the people who are really serious about African Americans. Because I'm telling you this, African Americans, when you come and live in Uganda like I have for this like 9 months, you will realize how much we've been robbed. You've been robbed of your name. You've been robbed of the opportunity to get into stuff in Africa, robbed of the opportunity to develop yourself. We don't have those opportunities, right? So if you have the opportunity to reclaim that, you take it. You take it. And people who don't want to listen, they're stupid. because this has been the best decision I've ever made in my life. I thought medical school was the best decision. This has been the best by far. So don't let people talk you out of that. If they're not serious, then leave them alone. And if you even fail at it, you come back and you try again. All right? You try again. You make it work. So if you got to go back, you come back. So anybody who's in that doesn't want to do this, don't talk to them. Simply.
Well, I do think that coming from someone like you is totally powerful, and I would love to see more and more of such partnering. And I just to share with you a little bit of what we are doing, and when it's mature, we probably go online with it. I'm a little bit older than most of you, and like I said, because I do have a life which is a little bit more, software based, right? Running a company, doing these things. I try to do a lot of things in the shadows or in stealth mode. But one of the things that is being developed right now with a lot of my ex-political people and plus, just African Americans is we have developed a woman-based think tank that is really contributing to the body of knowledge that would soon be emerging as policy documents that we're sharing with slowly with African governments. We hope that we can begin to move the pendulum in more of a direction where, of course, the issues that most African Americans raise, which is citizenship, also we're trying to convince certain governments to develop like some kind of an affirmative action type program where we allow partnerships with African American and well, I don't want to drop any names, but anyway, Africans and African American partnerships can come in and bid on some of these infrastructure projects and have like a how the SBA in America has this 5% based. It's kind of like a 5% advantage, five points ahead of the competition, so that we're giving you a little bit of a leg up. It's going to involve a lot of work, but some of the policies will start shifting to show that we're really anxious to give people with platforms like you, people who do want to partner, to really integrate back into the African mindset, an advantage over, say, a Chinese company or a pure European country. So we are doing this. And on my team, we have African Americans, we have Africans from West Africa, Africans from East Africa, North Africa. We're trying to have a body that is an African thinking and Pan-African, and only women. At this point, we're not bringing men in. And it's not because we think men don't have a contribution. We just think that in this space, we women show a little bit more leadership because we're not caught up in the ego. We're just being problem solvers, and we are trying to say that, hear our voice, hear what we are saying about. And most of the people are very professional. We have attorneys on the team. We have, like I said, ex-politicians. I'm in business. We have agribusiness type minds. But it's all around women, because you know what, in Africa we say when you train a woman, you train a nation. When you train a man, you train an individual. And that is so true, because women they make up society. Women determine the values of society. They pass it on to their children. If you create a powerful, well-rounded, reasoning woman, that person's impact is going to be felt in a wider circle. So that's what we're trying to do. And like I said, when this becomes a little bit more entrenched, we will probably be talking more to people like you to see if we can get more participation from our sisters and stuff to be part of this think tank. So I know you have a lot of people waiting. If you have questions, you can ask me, but I'd like to give others the opportunity to talk to you. So.
Okay. No. I do thank you for coming on. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you, Dinus, for having me on as well.
No problem. Thank you. All right, guys, make sure, one more time, guys, hit that like button. Make sure you shout out to LS for the super chat. Thank you for tricking off, everybody. Thank you for tricking off today and supporting the church. Hit that like button. We have 700 people
these trolls, bro. Can you make me a moderator on your channel? Is that okay, brother?
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me.
Yeah, make me a moderator, brother. A Hotep Shazabeh.
Guys,
there's a few people, brother, that I would love to help here.
Okay, hold on,
brother. If you could just give me the keys, brother, to the engine, I would appreciate that, family.
Oh, that's probably on your.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Make the KenGanda channel, brother. The KenGanda, brother. Yeah, go ahead on and give me the keys over there, brother.
Okay,
There's some of the brothers I want to bless on the channel, like Brother Cleek. I want to bless him. Brother, God is good. I want to bless him, brother. If I could, God bless those brothers. I want to send them to a nice Pan-African vacation, brother. I'd like to send them to Africa right now, free of charge.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Cleek, brother Cleek. Yes, brother Cleek. Yeah, God is going to be good today. Don't worry about nothing. You just wait on it. You just sit there and wait on the Lord. I have a very nice place to send you. Don't worry about nothing.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see, how do I do this?
Oh yeah. Don't worry about that.
Go ahead and leave a comment in the chat room, Oshay, and then I can
comment is left. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Oh yeah. We gonna. Oh yes.
Okay, here we go. I see. All right. Hold on. I see. Hold on. Damn, this shit scrolling fast. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. It's
moderator. All right, I got
brother
you.
Cleek.
Good.
Brother Cleek. Oh, amen. Brother Cleek. Thank you, brother. Good to see you, brother. Amen. All right. Any other questions here?
Yeah, guys, if you want to call in again.
We got like 9 more minutes.
9 more minutes. Okay, we'll take one more call, everybody. We'll take one more call. Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. We'll take one more caller. And once again, guys, tour April 21st to the 30th. April 21st through the 30th. We are going to Sierra Leone. April 21st through the 30th. Please join us for a trip of a lifetime, guys. April 21st through the 30th. And also, too, make sure you go to dynastymir.com and get your books, get your merchandise. Thank you so much, guys. Like I said, we'll take one more caller, and then I guess we'll roll into Club KenGanda, everybody.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the club, brother. Apple Juice, brother. I've given you a one-way ticket, brother, to Uganda. So you've been there. But I wanted to say, while waiting on a call, a lot of things that are going on the continent that I want to tell people. As far as if you're going to be a repat entrepreneur, one of the things I want to talk about is that, number one, the co-working spaces are offering free Zoom calls. So if you're interested in Uganda, Hive Collab, you can see what's going on. You can talk to other entrepreneurs and see what the issues are and challenges to kind of get more information. And another thing that I want to talk about is a lot of people don't want to pay for consultations. I want to talk to the brothers and sisters about this because I love you guys. It might seem like I'm meaner and I hate most of y'all, but I don't. I love you, okay? Brothers and sisters, you need to sometimes, if you can get people that are in certain industries, pay for consultations. For example, let's say if I wanted to get into pig farming, I would Google pig farming, right? And I would look for an article written by a leader in the field. And a lot of times those people that write articles in professional publications or books, those are people who work as consultants all throughout Africa. The Gambia, they have them. People have been in the business for 20 years. And you'll find out that a consultation might cost you $100 for 3 hours, or maybe $30 an hour, something like that. That's huge to be able to know a lot about the industry that you want to get into before you go. If you're a fashion designer, I would seek out people who do like Kampala Fashion Week, people who do like Nigerian Fashion Week, people like that. I would seek out people who could help you, give you an insight into the business. And a lot of times, some of that stuff you can do. A lot of the information you can't get from YouTube. A lot of people are asking me and Dynas about certain things. We just are not privy to that information. A lot of the information that goes on the continent of Africa is not on Google. So, you need to do your own sometimes and get the consults and pay $50, pay $100, because it's better than you to pay that. And then you spend all that money coming here and don't know anything. So don't just rely on, me in Uganda. If you want to get into fish, you want to get into something like that, find the people that you can verify them on LinkedIn. You can verify what people do and reach out to them. How much will it cost for you to consult me in this? And it goes a long way. I do that. That's one of the reasons why I've been doing so well is I pay for consultations. I pay for brand strategy for what we do. I pay for it. I have people who give me a marketing strategy. I know that I'm not the best at that, right? So a lot of us that you need to know, like if you don't know how marketing works, you don't know the business. So you want to get caught up on these things. And how does business work in these places? And a person that, a lot of consultants have worked with people, because I'm gonna see what happens. The Dutch, they do that. The people that come here, like the Dutch have a lot of farms in Uganda, and they pay for consultations. They come to Uganda and they get the people that teach them how to do this are the people from, everybody does it but us. So you can take a little bit of that money, $40, $50, $100, you can get somebody to and they'll appreciate it, right? They're going to give you the information that you need to be successful. So the African-American community should not just rely on what YouTubers are saying. Rely on what professionals are saying. All right. We are not professionals in the market. We are YouTubers. We have platforms that bring on professionals, but we are not professionals in farming. We are not professionals in the service industry. We're not professionals in banking. So we don't know those things. We know like how mobile money may work in certain places, but we're not professional in those things. So I want people to leverage people who write articles for publicized sites, people who create content as far as writing books. These are the people that you should want to work with as consultations, because by the time you come to Africa, and one thing that we're going to start is an agribusiness tour, here. So basically, we talk about it, but we're going to work with some farms and teach people like, here are the opportunities. Something we're going to do in 2021. Something we want to do. So, and it's basically just for people to get information, and then we'll hook that up. So, guys, participate in those situations. Consultations are the way for everything you do on the continent. Okay? The ancestors should tell you that. They'll tell you anything else. Consultations are the way. $50, it doesn't hurt you. $100 doesn't hurt you. Even in Wodi Maya right now has a special going on. You can consult with Wodi Maya for $100. If you don't do that, that's the come on now. Ghana, Wodi Maya, you can spend $100. Think about that one lady who's having a problem in Ghana right now. If she would have did that, she would have, come on, $100. You get Wodi Maya for an hour. He has 500,000 subscribers. So, and you get the connections. You get all of that for $100. You got to pay to play.
Sure. I mean, that's no one else is reaching out, so we'll go ahead and close out. How can people hop on Club KenGanda?
So Club KenGanda, we got DJ Nacello tonight. The Jam Rock. Let me put the link here, player. It starts in about 3 minutes. Yeah. So I'm posting it. So there, and then also I want to say this before we close out, guys. Don't just look at big cities to do things in Africa. The Accras, the Nairobis. Guys, I was in Mbale in East Africa, in Eastern Uganda. I was in Mukono, and I'm thinking like, wow, it's even more opportunities in some of the 4th and 5th tier cities than in the first city. So don't just look when you come to the Africa. Don't just look at Kampala. Don't just look at Lagos. Look at the Ibadans of the world, the Kisumus of the world. Look at the Mbales. A lot of information, a lot of opportunity is in these 4th, 5th, 6th biggest cities, 7th biggest city. Like even the hotel I stayed at in Mbale, they didn't even have a coffee shop, and yet coffee is one of the biggest exports in Uganda. So a lot of brothers and sisters, stop looking at just the Accras. Look at the other cities. Look at the other things you can do. And you'd be surprised at how much opportunity is just in everywhere else. Africa is just not big cities. You know what I mean? So I learned that firsthand. I was just looking, my mind was like, oh man, this could work here. This could work here. This could work here. So it's a lot of opportunities in other places, and a lot of development that you can do there.
Absolutely. So did you put the link in the chat room?
Oh yeah, let me do that. So come check out our Club KenGanda. Basically what this is a partnership that me and Nacello do. We basically promote the local talent. It's kind of like a DJ set, that we do inside of my apartment building, and it's real fun. We want to promote the Ugandan artists across the country. Next week we have Kenya. We've already next week we have Rwanda. And this week we're doing dance hall again with Nacello. So we do this every Sunday at around this time, and we want to promote the local artists in the community, the DJ community, and it's fun. So I want everybody to come and check it out. We start in 1 minute, and it's Club KenGanda. You have a lot of fun. There are girls in there too, guys. I know you guys like the girls. We got the girls in there. They in there. They in there doing a Harlem Shake for y'all. So come on and check it out.
Hey, Oshay, will you be upset if I started Club Salone in Sierra Leone? Would you be upset?
No. I think you might Club Halfback. Club Option Sweep. Club Toss. Club Toss. But yeah, so we got 37 people watching, guys. So let me go over there.
Okay.
We're getting ready to start, guys. And anything else?
No, that's it, brother. We appreciate you coming on.
All right, guys. So come over and check us out with the link. Thank you for coming over, guys. I appreciate you. Hopefully I come back within the next few weeks.
Yes, sir. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're interested in joining us in Sierra Leone, April 21st to the 30th, go to dynastymirror.com or message me at Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Just send me a message. Go to my site, send me a message, and I will get that info to you. Until next time, family, Oshay, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate that, brother. Sac Towns in the house, everyone. Sac, two brothers from Sacramento, California.
We the most pro-blacks from Sacramento. So guys, see me at Club KenGanda. I dropped the link on my KenGanda channel. We got a set going for 30 minutes. It's gonna be fun. You'll enjoy it. I'm in there doing the crazy dances too. Y'all know I'm the best dancer in the world. Peace.
Until next time, family. Peace.
Peace, brother. Hotep.